Welcome back to another episode of Foolies Fridays. What's up? It's your boy ATG, Money Nemo, the Fishman Needs, Traumatic, Nightcrawler, Nick Fury, and all the other names that you call me. And I'm back with another just a love moment, because I get to love on y'all with each and every episode of Foolies Fridays. And the goal is to help you focus on the mission and not your emotions, because your emotions are going to lead you astray, and I can't have that. So another message from my heart, from my soul, from my four chambers, and of course I love you guys incredibly. And the message today, really simple. The questions you ask yourself and the questions that you ask others will determine the kind of life or the kind of quality of life that you live. So the quality of questions you ask yourself and you ask others will determine the quality of life that you live. Now, what does that mean? Do you mean I need to just go around asking people questions all day? No. You need to go around asking people the right questions. Like, how did you get to the top of this company? What steps did you take that were different from the other people around you? Out of a field of 10,000 applicants, how were you able to stand out amongst the crowd? What did your mom and dad teach you about life that helps you stay energized about today? Or what would you say to yourself if you could go back 10, 20 years, where that may be the age that you're in? So even asking more specific, hey, if you can go back to your 20-year-old self, what would you ask yourself? What would you say to you? What kind of messages would you give to you? What kind of questions are you asking yourself? What kind of questions are you asking others? Ask yourself, if I had 6 months to do all that I wanted, to accomplish all the goals and dreams that I had on my heart, what would that look like? What would I need to do? How would I need to do it? Who would I need to talk to? If this, a Tim Ferriss question, if this was easy, whatever your thing is, if this was easy, what would that look like? If it was easy, if you could get to wherever it is that you wanted to get to next, what would it look like? What would happen? If it was easy, how would you do it? If your next step could be your best step, what would that look like? If you could get the knock on the door from any mentor, any person to guide you, to coach you, and they say, hey, you're going to hang out with me for a month, me and you, no one else, I focus my energy and attention on you, who would that be? And then when you say who it is, ask yourself why. Ask yourself what they've attained and why would you want those life lessons. And then I encourage you to sit down and study that person's life. So you might want that person as a mentor, but you can already have that person as a mentor right now as we speak. I kid you not. Not physically all the time, but maybe virtually. Maybe something you read, something you pick up, something you study can help you even get to that person in a year time. No need for 10 years, no need for 20 years. It can probably help you in a year time. Let's start asking ourselves better questions. Our quality of life is all based on the questions we ask ourselves. When we were children, we said why a lot. And we always wanted to figure things out. We always wanted to hear a little bit more. But why? We stop asking. We stop asking questions. We stop asking ourselves questions. I was listening to a podcast with Jim Kwik and Cal Fussman, I believe. And let me just double check, because I have a cell phone, right? No need to act like I can't figure this out, because I was just listening to it. Jim Kwik and Cal Fussman. So look him up. Amazing guy. And the questions that he's asked in his career and the people that he's interviewed, he's always thought about, if I only had one question, what would I ask him? And if I only had that one question, I got to make sure that question is at direct aim at that person's heart. So when he had his biggest interview in his career, the first question he asked that individual was, what life lessons did your father teach you? And that changed everything, because that 10-minute window that he had to do an interview with this guest turned into 30 minutes. So what if you could ask the next question that only had one chance, where that conversation now turned into a 30-minute opportunity? Now that conversation turned into $1 million contract signing. You just never know. So the questions. Get real intentful about the questions that you're asking. If you want to level up, new questions need to be asked of yourself, of the people around you. Dig in a little bit more than you have. because you're trying to level up. You're trying to get to a better place in life, and you're not asking the right questions. Therefore, you're not getting the quality answers that you need to take yourself to the next level. So I hope this helps. Of course, it's not about me. It's about God. In the comment section, do whatever you'd like. But do know that the questions you ask will determine the quality of life that you live. Hope this helped. Peace out.